Naija itself go begin dey make more money. This na person wey go give us peace and harmony. Get your PVC, this one no be small warning. Him fit stop all the shooting, kakakaka, boyaka. Our youth need jobs, they need money to do data. I'm feeling you, Magneto, this na true matter. Now who you dey talk about? Atiku Abubakar.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard Flight 2023 AtikuLive 2023. I have my co-pilot here with me, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, keeping track on all navigation systems. Our destination is a united Nigeria. Right now, we're cruising at 2022 feet above sea level. Before we arrive at our destination, let me give you a brief update on what to expect at our destination. Number 1. The temperature is going to be hot on security issues. 2. The people are going to be better educated, and the educational system and healthcare will be accessible to every citizen. 3. The economy is going to be thriving and booming. And of course, there'll be true federalism. This and many more to be expected for a united and prosperous Nigeria. So sit back and relax, and before you know it, if we all join hands together, we shall arrive at the new united Nigeria we all dream of soon enough. My name is Atiku Abubakar. As one, we can get it done.
They pay people pension, he's with the youth. He know they seek attention, carry us along and show us it.
Hello guys, nice to have you back to Social Trends on AtikuLive, and I'm your favorite host Sarah, and I have with me
Tony Bacanista.
Yeah, it seems like you're whispering. Speak with confidence.
I am Tony Bacanista, and I'm glad to be here with Sarah today.
Yes,
I was
guys.
Yesterday.
Yeah, you are here now, and then guys, if you can notice, there's no problem beside me. Ghost is not here with us, and he's probably not going to be with us for a very long time.
But he's still a ghost.
Yeah, now the name Ghost is following him now. All right guys, so we have a lot of interesting stories to give you guys today, starting from the aspirants visit, that's Tinubu's visit to Goodluck Jonathan. We have pipeline thefts that the GMD of NNPC spoke about. We have different stories. We have that of Vigilantes raping someone's wife. So let's dive into this already. I know you guys are already watching. You want to hear this thing already, okay? So about the presidential aspirants, APC presidential aspirants, our Bola Tinubu himself.
Jagaban.
Jagaban.
Yeah, it's interesting, Sarah, actually, because I was so surprised that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos State, national of APC, and equally their presidential candidate, who led the onslaught against Jonathan during his administration, could pay costly visits on him and seek his endorsement. The surprising thing here is that the interesting part actually is not about Tinubu visiting Jonathan, but it's about Tinubu visiting the personality of Jonathan that he once created.
Wow.
You see, this is a man that was described as, in Tinubu's words, incompetent, corrupt, bereft of character, bereft of ideas, and one who has turned the natural resources and monies of our country into his personal charity project, where he distributes among his friends, associates, to the detriment of Nigerians, and who should not be close to, in his word, close to anywhere in government, whether within government or outside government. And again, Tinubu while talking with Buhari, while eulogizing Buhari in November 2017, he held Jonathan responsible for behind the Boko Haram insurgency. So it's surprising that after creating a personality of Jonathan to his followers and their supporters, he now goes to that man. So is he seeking the endorsement of a corrupt
it's very confusing.
personality?
Yes.
of one that is incompetent.
According to him, right?
Of course, in his own words. So again, it's interesting in Nigerian politics, and it tells you the kind of personalities we have in this country going for public offices. Because I always say that a leader must be one that lives his words.
Yes.
And we cannot say something yesterday and you say another thing tomorrow in the name of politics. What example?
Are you just saying it just to favor the person, or are you just saying it just for what you stand to gain? Are you changing your mind for what you stand to gain? That's just what it's looking like. Because you don't say something today and then tomorrow it's like, are we supposed to forget you said all of that?
No, again, perhaps he's telling us that Jonathan is a better person outside the government. But again, the personality of the character of a man cannot change, whether within or outside power.
You know, it's still said that there has not been any information about what this meeting was all about, the visit. We don't know what it's about. So for right now, it's just a lot of speculations. So
when we know he addressed the press, and he said he went to consult with a former president who is a key stakeholder in the country. Now, you see, if you now say in 2022, in August 2022, Jonathan is a key stakeholder in the country, but in November 2017, Jonathan was outside government then. Jonathan left power on May 29, 2015. So in November 2017, you describe this man as corrupt, incompetent, bereft of character. So again, there is a parallel between these two. So to me, I just think that his visit to Jonathan is about his ambition.
Yes.
And not about the interest of Nigeria. That is the way I just see it.
That's how it's looking like anyway. But
again, in politics, like they say, there is no permanent friend, no permanent enemy.
Exactly.
But there's permanent interest.
Exactly. It's all about your interests. That's it.
But irrespective of that, our leaders have to be above board, be role models, show good example, live your words, make your words your bond. You cannot say one thing yesterday, and because there is a change in interest, you say another thing tomorrow.
It even gets people confused because, like, what are we supposed to stick with now?
So what does this stand for? So now who is Jonathan to Tinubu? Is he the key stakeholder in the development of the Nigeria that Tinubu said in August 2022, or a man bereft of character that he said in November 2017? These are two parallels that can never align. Yes,
it's just something that still surprises me, because you don't just wake up one morning and say something and then the next day we're seeing you with this same person. It's just like having a fight with somebody and then you're like, this person is a goat, is a fool, oh, this, that, and then the next thing, you see that person that just finished telling you all these things about the other person, you see him going out with that same person and they are laughing and holding hands and you're like, what's going on?
Well, again, another interesting part was that when Jonathan was president, the merger that was formed, which Tinubu led, and Tinubu made a statement that except Jonathan is nowhere close to power, there will be no development in Nigeria.
Wow.
Now, in 2022, they are going to him to consult with him and to seek his support.
The same person who he said is not competent.
So, for me, I just feel that Jonathan, as a former respected leader in the eyes of many, should I cannot decide for him, but he should not take decisions based on the words of people.
Yes, and even if you are to take decisions based on the words of people, not people that switch.
He has earned his name.
Yes,
he has earned his reputation as he's a Democrat. He's a respected leader.
He is.
As far as I am concerned, and most Nigerians are concerned, he means well, even though he's not perfect. But I don't believe he's a man that will be fooled by the words of another.
Well, he was accompanied with, several other people in big names in politics, like even his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima.
I expected Tinubu, if Tinubu was to be sincere, the first thing I expected of him was the first apology. If Tinubu believed, see, a man can change his opinion based on realities, based on information, based on education or anything. So if Tinubu has come to realization that Jonathan is not who he described him as in November 2017, the first thing you should do is to apologize to Jonathan.
Definitely.
Not privately, but publicly.
Publicly. The same way this whole thing went public. Yes.
And admit that he was wrong in his description of Jonathan. And you should also give the reason why. What has made him have a change of mind? Is it because of new information? Or is it because he acted maliciously in the past? So again, the first thing first, he is right. He can associate with Jonathan. He is right. He can seek support of anybody, but again, he cannot take Nigerians for a fool.
Yeah, he has to provide clarity to us.
So there must be clarity.
Yes.
Why are you seeking Jonathan's support? Are you now saying he's no longer corrupt? Fine, and if you are saying that, why? Are you saying that your statement during Jonathan's presidency and after he left power was made ignorantly or maliciously? So you have to clarify and also apologize to Nigerians. That is why I believe that we can take Tinubu's word serious. But for now, I would just look at it as the statement of a mere politician. You know,
nothing hides under a blanket for a long time. Eventually, the truth will come out. We will know what this whole meeting and all these things were all about. So, guys, moving on, we have the story of a young man named Kome Agaga. So, this young man shot and killed an 11-year-old boy, apparently by mistake, while testing a locally made gun that he just purchased. Now, the police are searching for him. He has disappeared, like with no trace. He moved out of his house. You can't even in any way contact those that even related to him. Like all of them are disappeared. Okay. Now, what's your take on this? Like, I'm so confused because I think guns are illegal in this country, right?
Yes. Well, it's the first thing first. What is Ogaga doing with gun? Does he have the permit? So it points to two things. It's either he's a cultist or a cultist, a robber, or a kidnapper.
Yes.
Again, this is the problem we keep having in this country. The government and the security agencies should intensify efforts to rid Nigeria of the ownership of illegal ownership of arms and ammunition, because you cannot allow these miscreants to parade the street with guns and expect that there will be no calamity at the end of the day. Because first thing first, is he licensed to hold a gun?
He clearly doesn't even know how to fire it, because now somebody has lost his life.
I believe the security agencies should intensify effort, and also the members of the public should cooperate with the security agents.
And the people also manufacturing these guns should be held accountable, because, I mean, it's not even legal to own a gun, and somebody is running a business of making these things.
It's a criminal enterprise. It's a criminal enterprise, and people are feeding fat from it. So again, just like you said, these people in this illicit business, they are not spirits. They are Nigerians like you and I. They have their workshop, they have their houses, they have their apartments, they have their friends, they have their relatives. They can be identified.
Yes.
Now, to address all this, I believe that there should be proper synergy between the security agencies and the local communities. This is the way that this can be addressed, and this is why some of us keep advocating for community policing. Because when there is community policing, it makes the job easier for the security agents.
Much easy, yes.
The policeman cannot be everywhere. The DSS agents cannot be everywhere. He needs intelligence and information from members of the public. But when there is no mutual relationship between the security agents, when there is and the public, when there is a mutual distrust, they will not have this information, and we keep harboring criminals that continue to perpetrate evil on the society. As we speak now, a family is mourning. They've lost an 11-year-old.
Sadly.
Some kids have lost their friend. People have lost their sibling. The society have lost a prominent young man, a prominent kid. So it's unfortunate.
A future that would have...
A future is wasted. So these are avoidable things. But again, we keep seeing them.
But speaking about community policing, like, the whole community joining hands with the police and everything. These days, I feel like citizens have really lost trust in, our police. is what I'm saying. And then we also have a story that is linked to this particular statement I just made now. And when we come back from this very short break, we'll dive into this story.
You know, here most of the differences is either north-south or Muslim-Christian. These are the divisions. These divisions are deep. You see, even in the smallest family unit, you need unity to have stability, peace and progress of that family. Now, translate that into a bigger and more complex country like Nigeria. And therefore, unity is number one.
Atiku knows about diversity. His inner circle reflects the face of Nigeria.
And when you see the crowd around him, the mixture is amazing. There's hardly any ethnic group that's not present around him.
And for you to be admired by the various segments of the citizens of this country, his secret that he has a touch.
The type of leader that Nigeria needs is somebody who will unite the people together. I believe strongly that Atiku Abubakar is that type of leader. So he has so many friends everywhere, among the Christians, among the Muslims, and also outside Nigeria.
People find it safe to rely on him, to rely on what he's saying and what he's doing.
Ability to chart the course and steer the ship.
He understands the problem of this country. He understands the heartbeat of Nigerians.
So I see hope in his leadership.
This man can be trusted. I have no hesitation at all in endorsing him as candidate for president for Nigeria in 2000.
You know, here most of...
Welcome back, guys. Still on the matter. Before we went on a short break, we spoke about community policing, basically the community joining hands with the police to fight criminal acts and all of this. So I came across a story. Something happened in Bauchi State, right? A case of the vigilante storming the house of one Alhaji Gari. So these two men, identified as Babangida and Sule, both of them 30 years old, they stormed this house with their guns. Now, as soon as they entered into the house, they broke into the room. And then the room had the man's wife, the Alhaji's wife, right?
Yeah.
Alhaji's wife was unidentified in this particular report. They held her at gunpoint and took advantage of her. Now, tell me, as a country where, you as a vigilante, you are actually supposed to be respected because, you try your best to keep us safe at night from all these perpetrators and all of that. Now, where is that respect going to be? How would citizens want to look up to you and want to work with you when they can't trust you?
You see, the problem, again, is still boils down to community policing. The members of the vigilante, most of them, they are poorly trained. A lot of them are in the job because of unemployment, not because of passion for the work. And they are poorly regulated. Now, they also don't pass through criminal, their criminal past, their criminal records are not checked, whether they have traces of criminality or otherwise. And also, they don't run psychological tests on them. So it's like a group of young men express willingness to join vigilante group, and then they train them for a few weeks, give them guns, and then give them beats. You see, if all these are happening, it's because we don't have proper community policing system. If our police system is decentralized, whereby each of the policing units is manned and headed by people from that community, within a particular community, policing is easier. Now, you see, most of these vigilante guys, unfortunately for that married woman, actually, she has fallen victim. But she's not the first. There have been cases where vigilante guys engage in armed robbery, They rob the people that they were meant to protect.
The same people that to protect us.
There are cases where they collaborate with kidnappers. There are cases where they collaborate in the part of the north in Niger State. It is true that some vigilante personnel was caught because he was collaborating with bandits. So you see, it's a sad situation, and that has been recurring, and we keep managing it, looking at the symptoms rather than addressing the disease. It's
just honestly sad. So guys, let's talk about the crude oil theft. There's a lot going on. There's fire on the mountain. So the GMD of NNPC, Mele Kyari, came out to make a statement basically stating that crude oil theft has been linked directly to some religious houses. What do you have to say about this? This is very, very surprising.
Mele Kyari will be blaming churches, mosques, and probably shrines.
Shrines? Come on.
You see, the problem with crude oil theft, again, look at it. Who is behind this theft? Some people say the oil bunkers, they put into oil bunkering. But daily Nigeria lose over between 200 and 400,000 barrels in a day, according to a report by the NNPC. That amounts to about $10 million daily.
$10 million?
Yes, on oil theft alone. In 2021 alone, NNPC stated that Nigeria lost $4 billion to oil theft. Now, look at it again. What is our average production? Daily production, 1.2 million. It's very bad. As of 2015, Nigeria's oil production, daily production, was about 2.4 million barrels in a day.
Wow. So it's down about 100% or
It started going down since the coming of the present administration. The only time Nigeria had a relatively low oil production output was during the Obasanjo era. That was specifically between the period of the year 2005 and 2007. And even as at then, we never went below 2 million barrels in a day in our output. Now, and that was responsible, that was because of the Niger Delta crisis, the militancy and everything. In 2009, in 2007 rather, the vice president, the then vice president, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who incidentally was the presidential candidate of Action Congress of Nigeria, stated that to address these issues, Nigeria should grant amnesty to agitators to calm them down, create a ministry of Niger Delta affairs that will attend to their needs, and also employ coast guards to guide the oil facilities and the ships.
That seems like a very wise plan.
Of course. You see, in the coming of the Yar'Adua administration, our crude oil production kept going down. And we started producing about 1.9 million barrels per day. Then Yar'Adua adopted some of these strategies. By December 2009, just 6 months after implementation of the amnesty package, Minister of Niger Delta and others, Nigeria crude oil production shot up to about 2.5 million barrels in a day.
Wow, in 6 months?
In 6 months. Nigeria maintained that until 2014, when we were producing about 2.3 million barrels in a day. So again, why can't the administration of Muhammadu Buhari continue with that trend?
Because of misplaced priorities.
It is simple. It is simple. There are institutional ways to address some of these things. But to make it look like it's a rocket science, our daily allocation, oil allocation output by OPEC is about 1.9 million barrels in a day.
Wow.
We keep falling short of it. We keep falling short of it, and we are losing a lot of money.
If it keeps going like
who
this,
is responsible for oil theft? To me, I disagree with the GMD when he says mosque, church, shrines, and everything. How can you blame religious houses for oil theft?
But according to reports, it says that in areas of all these pipeline explosions, they trace the pipelines all the way back to religious houses, and even some residential.
Did he specify the religious house?
Although he didn't specify it.
In my opinion, it's just a face-saving statement, and I believe that the NNPC has not been doing their job, because, and also the federal government, this issue of low oil production, crude oil production, has been on since 2015. It did not start 2019.
Wow.
It did not start 2018, but 2015. Now the trend has been coming, and we keep experiencing fall in oil output. Don't forget that last year, Tony Elumelu, the chairman of UBA, he stated that 95% of our oil output is lost by crude oil theft. Now, but what are these people that are stealing this crude oil? How many million barrels of oil can you find in a church or in a mosque? How many? How many thousand? So you see, the government of the day should be proactive, and I see throw it up on the current presidential candidates that they should find a way to address this issue. We can't be losing $4 billion annually to theft. This is huge money.
It's too much.
It's too much to lose. That amount is over 2 trillion naira.
It's a lot. I can see how it's paining you. Calm down. It's a lot. No, it's a lot to handle.
Look at it.
You know, it's actually a lot. But guys, you know, we've exhausted all our location for today.
Well, we should just hope that on a lighter note anyway, we should just hope that our churches, perhaps maybe the NNPC GMD was trying to say that the churches, mosques, and shrines, they are not praying enough to prevent the theft of our crude oil.
All right, guys.
So let's keep praying.
This has been a very interesting time with you guys, and I hope you also tune in same time. We are always here for you. This is definitely your favorite host, Sarah.
And I remain Ponye Bakanista.
Signing out. Bye, guys.
Bye.